Thanks for staying with us. So there's a story that caught our attention on social media about a young woman who is a newly married woman. Now, so we are practically just advising young, because we are experienced. We've tried
veterans.
We are veterans. 10 years now. We don't do at least minimum. Everybody here 10 years.
Yes,
minimum. So we can. These ones are just newlywed. Husband is 32, wife is 27, and they are together. Now she, according to her, she earns 6 times his salary. He works in the government. He works for the government, so he's not earning as much as she is, but she's earning quite a bit. Now they've been 3 months gone in this relationship, in this marriage, and he's suggesting they have a joint account. Put everything together in one basket. Now, the reason why she's skeptical is because she's saying that she has responsibilities in her own family, her sisters, who she's taking care of, and she doesn't want to see by she has a joint account where she's constantly having to explain or defend what she's spending with her money. So she had suggested something I had actually advocated for in the past, where in the beginning, where both of us have our personal accounts, then we have a third account and we are putting money into for projects and everything. So both of us have access to that account, but we still have a personal account. But he's saying that we are a couple now. All things have become one. The two shall become one. That everything should become a joint account. So she's now putting out there that should she agree to a joint account. Now, because the ladies of your view are veterans in this system, institution, it's got to be an interesting conversation to have. So you can offer your experience to this woman. You can also share your thoughts with us, because it'd be nice to hear from our mothers, especially those of you in the 50s, that you're 50, 55, 60, you did it in the past. How was it? Advise us too. Should we start considering joint account, or should we consider separation? Let us know. Call us on 081 0764 1679, 090241 63440. You can also send us messages on YouTube and on X. We're happy to read it. Let me start with Ramatu on this. Ramatu, let me jump in.
First of all, Islamically is not even allowed.
Oh, really?
Yes, you can't have a joint account with your husband.
Because,
yes, because the money you earn as a woman is your own money.
Wow.
It's not for the house. The taking care of the house is the man's full responsibility.
Oh, man.
Except you want to, you know, of course, as,
Islam.
yes, as a woman that, you know, as, you know, a woman that is concerned and all, she can decide and say, okay, let me contribute and support. Yes.
For real.
So that's number one. Number two, I don't think in this thing, Nigeria like this, having joint account, I don't think it will work. You know why he's proposing that, he's agreeing to that, is because she earns more than him. So it's okay. Say it was the other way around. I don't think he will suggest that. He will suggest that. And I agree with you where you said that they can have a central, a common account, but then they can all go and have their own private accounts so that they'll be able to solve issues and all that. But then there was a time, I know of one of my friends that did something like that. Had a joint account, yes, with her husband. You know, at some point they trusted each other. You know, it's so interesting when, you know, that beginning part, in love, everything, you know, when they want to withdraw money, this person will call, I want to use money for this, you know, and all.
Very sweet.
At some point, trust issues entered. And then, you know what she did? She withdrew that entire money, took off with the child. Up till today, the guy does not know where the wife is.
Wow.
So those are the risks. You can see this kind of risk that is involved in things like this.
Women jump in. Let me put another angle to this.
Okay.
There is also a story of a woman who had a joint account with her husband because she trusted him fully and completely. She married a person that she believes was her leader, a father figure in her life, and somebody who was smart enough. And she never regretted it. And she will tell you till tomorrow that it was the best decision she made, because she felt that she didn't have enough exposure to make the right financial decisions for her, because he was a very high-level financial person working in a bank. So she trusted him. Now, he also loved her enough to provide money for her to make sure that upkeep, her own personal welfare was taken care of. So it was, for her, it was a big headache off her to worry about finances. So in that home, it worked. And she's in her 50s. So when she's talking to people, she's encouraging them because of her own experience. So now,
I feel like you are preempting where we are going to go with this conversation.
I'm just trying to let you see the two sides.
Okay.
She has given one side and given another side.
So okay, for me, I feel that statistically, what destroys and causes divorce in most marriages is actually more of money than sex.
Yeah, true.
More of money than sex. So ability to manage Money, oh God, money is a very good servant, is a bad master. And it can reveal things that we did not know about ourselves. When money is involved, we need to be extra careful. Conversations around money are best had before the money comes in.
Yeah.
Once you're already in the marriage and money is already flowing, expenses are happening, and then you're introducing a new sharing formula or a new expense model, there's always going to be issue. Now, even the North and the Northern Governors Forum are all united in the way VAT should not be shared, because the sharing is, you are changing the sharing formula.
Yeah.
So this is going to likely lead to issues because there is an already existing system. And for it to change from someone and being proposed by someone who seems to be earning less, everything the person says will be suspect. If the information was coming from her that she's earning more, let's have a joint account. If he was earning more and says let's have a joint account, it would be different. But if the person earning less is proposing joint account, even with all good intention from his part, everybody would assume he is eyeing our money, which might not be the truth.
Exactly.
He might be a better money manager. And I think in every relationship, the best money manager manages the money for the house. And everybody submits to the leadership of the best money manager. Being a money manager does not mean you are the man. Masculinity does not give you ability to manage money. It just gives you ability to lead. You should be leading as a husband.
So a joint account is possible if both of them are united in saying that you're a better money manager, I trust you to handle it.
Exactly. And even at that, I feel that joint account should not be fiat. It shouldn't be everything you earn, everything I earn into this joint account.
That's the meaning.
For marriage to work, each person must be a complete unit.
Yes.
You can't have a united front. If everything, I want to buy PIN, it must run through you. Every decision must run through you. It would stretch the decision capacity of that relationship. That's why top CEOs, they say they wear one out. Some people wear just one outfit for many years so that they're not having to think about what we're doing all the time. Every single thing, I want to buy these shirts. Mr. Mark, what do you think? Should I buy purple? Should I buy green? It will lead to issues. A conversation should be had, but not from the perspective of let's join our accounts together 100%. What she suggested is wisdom. Let's have an account, and I think you've mentioned it several times, several years ago on the show. Let's have a joint account that we contribute into. That we then spend for family expenses. You have your accounts to do the things you want to do, which will not make sense to me. What I spend on wig does not make sense. What my husband spends on shoe, I cannot understand it. So we are allowed to still express our individuality even while united in the joint account.
You see, what would you say? This is a newly couple. You want to advise them? They're the auntie now.
Big auntie vibes.
See, I would not lie to you people here, right? I would tell this auntie, please, don't try it.
Jam.
Why do I say so? We are in Africa, first of all, and me, I do not believe I'm an independent woman. I always say that here. I believe that my man should be able to provide for me. Where he cannot, I can step in and help him. Of course, we are playing for the same team. When one person falls, instead of you to go outside to go and borrow the money, I will cover that shame. Nobody will know. You can pay me back later. You will definitely pay me back later. I will collect my money, right? But I can step in. That's why I'm there as well. But for us to have a certain type of peace in that home, I should have an opportunity to be able to use my money the way I see fit without, like Tope rightly said, having to tell you everything I want to buy, having to take permission for everything I want to buy. I want to buy Maggi, I will take permission. I see one fine thing that my colleagues are buying and I say, wait, let me go and ask my husband, say, first, it's quite embarrassing. So I should be able to use my money how I see fit, one. Secondly, I have family responsibilities. That's this lady now. Who has been taking care of her family members. And we know how new marriages happen, where you say, I know, your sister is asking for money again. This person, did you not just send money to mama? Did you not just send this to mama? Why are they disturbing you? Why are they? And then you start telling me how to look after my dependents. They were there before I met you. So if she joins her money together with this man, everything that has to leave that account will be accounted for. That's one. He may also not account for everything. So I have a personal, close relationship that something happened recently. They've been married for like over 10 years, and they've had this joint account where they put, this one is not like it's the only account they have where they put money together. No, it's the only account they have, joint account. And then something happened and she said, no, I don't want you to do this. He went ahead to do it. He cleared the account to do it. And this girl cried. This is money that they have been saving for projects for many years. We're going to do this, we're going to do that, we're going to... And something happened and he just, felt that excitement and he went ahead and blew the money. She cried and she said, I have learned the hard way. There's no way I'm going to continue with this joint account because I have suspended all... How many shoes do I have? Do I buy hair? I don't buy bags. I don't do this. I'm thinking for the family, but this person is not thinking for the family. So that can come up. That's secondly. The third one is, what did you people discuss in the 2 years you were dating? You went on a date for 2 years. You had a relationship with this person for 2 years.
Like talking about money.
Why didn't you talk about money? Because if you had spoken about money, he would have told you that, we're going to have joint accounts when we marry you. Then you know that, this person that is suggesting this kind of thing, I cannot work with you. Why is he the one suggesting this joint account? Why?
Maybe
because she's
managing
earning more than him.
Let's look at the other side. You see, I have married you because I trust you as a leader. I trust your knowledge. I trust that you know the right thing to do. And it is honorable for me as a husband saying, my wife believes me, trusts me to handle this family.
I hope the person has the competence to handle what we are trusting him to do.
Let's assume he does, because there's some good stories. So you said that you used to have dependents before you got married. Yeah. But you have chosen me as your new leader. Okay. They say the man is the head of the family. We've all agreed.
Yes, we did.
The woman is the neck, or whatever they think that they say. So the man is the head. Now you have chosen me as your leader. I am saying right now that the way you give these guys money, we have to review it in the interest of our long-term project as a family. Yeah, I told you here that I had to sacrifice because I used to travel. I'll go to France, I'll go to London. When I married my husband, I said, this you're traveling, we have to reduce this thing. This it can't be. We want to have house. When do we want to have this? So it was something in agreement that, okay, reduce your traveling so that we can now save money. So I'm saying all these people that depend on you, because we have our joint account, you cannot continue to give them this amount of money. This is what you can give to them, and then we are saving towards this. Now, if the man is honorable enough to adhere to the agreement, shouldn't a couple agree for that joint account?
The picture you just painted, ideally, perfectly, there should be nothing wrong with that happening. I honestly feel that way. I feel that, and sometimes we're giving, the way we install positional leadership on men, and I understand it helps us to be able to respect, but sometimes it's better when we also give that same level of positional leadership to women as well. Women are able to manage, some women manage money, that have capacity to manage money. We have to gauge capacity.
More than men.
You need to have, if I can't ascertain your capacity, I'm not going to entrust you with my money. We've had good cases like this are plenty, and there are also bad cases plenty. So we cannot use one case to judge the other. We can only provide parameters for the person wearing the shoe to decide, is pinching me in front, is pinching me at the back, is pinching me in the middle, I would adjust like this. There's no one-size-fits-all when it comes to marriage. What works for me that makes my marriage sweet, you can try it and it will turn to, like you put lemon inside, it can be a disaster. So I feel that it is very important for this lady to gauge the character of the person she married. Yeah. Today, he might be earning 6 times less than you, but who is he? I've shared the story about when I married my husband. Obviously, it was not a case of money what is available. We were owing, there was base. I couldn't even tell my parents how much he was owing, and I got into the marriage. It was weeks after that, my mom found out that the money they spread us, we used to pay for base, and it was, did you know? I said, I knew. I did not say it. I said, if I said it, you would not agree for me to marry him. I knew. I knew that when the money comes, I would enjoy it more than him. He's using when I use my phone finish, like next year now, when I upgrade, he will collect what is left. And it's always been like that. So there was a template, even when there was no cash, that I would have the last card in his pocket. So if such a person now says, let me do this thing for you, or entrust me with this money, I know that if the business works out, I am the biggest beneficiary of his efforts. If he has not set that template on ground, and you are giving trust, give the trust with what you can afford to lose. Same with when you're making investment. You don't invest with everything you have in a basket you don't trust. You will put small. Let's see how this works. You put a little, you manage it well. Then we can then put all into that account.
So trust. Okay, go ahead. To me, trust can be broken.
Oh, I think I have a call. I'll come to you. Okay. Lizzie from Abuja, thanks for calling. You're live.
Hi, good morning.
Good morning.
Doctor, you're looking gorgeous.
Thank you. I need to make more money.
So this matter, no. First of all, they need to discuss it before we started. So it's like changing goalposts in the middle of the game. That is one. So, but two, now that it's coming up and it is a bit suspect, she may have to do some testing. She may have to sacrifice and do some testing because she wants to have some peace. Because, like Tope just said, you have to test the character of this person, and money does that. The challenge is that she has to brace herself up for whatever will come up. But I think there has to be a formula. Let us test with a third account and add something to it. And that account should have money equal input. It's not because you are 6 times more, you now bring 600,000, the other person will bring 100. No. Let it be 50,000. That is like prorating. Everybody should bring equal amounts. And let us see how he manages it. Because, I mean, it is Nigeria. It is Africa. The man is the leader of the home, and his friends drinking in the beer parlor will say, Oga, you have to take charge of everything. So she has third parties. She has third parties controlling her marriage. That is why that discussion didn't come up initially. So I'm talking from experience, really. And it's a funny place for her to be in early marriage, but she gets to test this man's character. That is just it.
Much lazy. So I got a message here from Mrs. Tijani. Tokwe's suit is beautiful. Love her look. You are trending today.
Honestly, I do.
So you were saying something.
Yeah, go ahead, man.
Okay, yeah. So I said trust can be broken. As marriage goes on, trust can be broken. And the way I was when I was in my 20s, for example, I got married in my 20s, and we decided that we should have a joint account. You know, you were saying something about testing the character. Yes, the character may be good at this thing. What if we get into our 30s and the character decides to change? And when it changes, as long as there's divorce and we can go our separate ways, I don't think joint account is something that we should think about. Because
that's for a Muslim. No, for us, divorce is not always an option.
But
your own is an option.
But with the divorce,
it happens.
And divorce happens, yeah.
It's not an option, but with the divorce. So for me, how do I know that I am your priority?
Exactly.
You don't have to make more of the money initially, but how you take care of me with the little you have will tell me that even if the money is here, I am your priority. I can drop my life for you because I know that you will handle it with utmost care. The lady needs to check, how does he make me feel with the little he's earning? He should remove his eye from my own money first, right? I am the one supporting, I'm not the main person. In the scheme of things, or the way society has constructed it, the man should be the provider. And you're earning 100,000. In that 100,000, do you look at me and say, baby, you need to make your hair, you need to make your nails. That shoe, you've been wearing that shoe for a long time now, don't worry.
Buy gifts for me.
Take this one, go and buy the shoe. Or I'm coming back, I buy you this, I buy you that. In that little amount of money. If he does that with his money, you can now say, baby, I'm actually earning more than you. Let's pull this money together so that we can make this plan, we can do that plan. Because you know at the end of the day, now you go switch up the money pass. Like Tope was able to figure out that this man, I will enjoy this money. If today they come and say, even me, I'm not open with my money, they know. But even if they come and say, and I want to pretend like you know everything, but baby, you know everything now. I know that I am your priority. You will not do anything without asking me, even if I do not have the power to say no, but you will just ask me for that courtesy of, my wife, this is what I'm thinking of. I want to send so and so to mommy. I want to send so and so to daddy. If you can get that, then you don't have an issue in that marriage. And you hope that in the long run, nothing would happen that will change him, because we all change from time to time. But if you don't have that issue, if you're already seeing a form of selfishness where, because he feels his own money is small, he's all about himself. He's all about his own people. Already. He does not, and he wants to take from what you have. And to protect yourself, because the marriage we have in this part of the world is not even favorable to women in the first place. If anything happens to him, he's no longer there. The family members will likely come and collect the one they think he owns and drive you away from the house. We've had this. No. We've had those, and let me just land this. We've had those experiences, and that's why your mothers will tell you, no matter what you have, hide some here, hide some there, because of the experiences they have seen. And I will appreciate that a man who truly loves his wife will not tell him, bring everything you have, let's put it together. Keep some. I don't want to know where it is. Just have something that just gives you a form of confidence and independence. If anything happens to me, while we're still thinking and waiting to go to the bank for a next of kin, you should have something to at least take care of yourself and take care of the children.
When young people hear this, they get scared of this thing.
As in, even me, I'm looking at all of us.
What is the reality?
They get scared of this institution called marriage.
Why?
I disagree with. I hear us, but we are talking from the. We're talking from the perspective of the beating, the environmentally, the societal, the story of that woman, that story of broken woman, suffered, hustled with the man, thrown out of the house. We're not speaking about the majority of women who have lived off their husbands all their life, 100%. Women who never worked, who never lacked, who did not understand what money is, who their husband was the El Shaddai and everything. Those women, there are many of them. And we're not talking about that. We're talking about the fact that the average man, the average African man, not the new sets or the evil ones or the ones that are not responsible. The average African man is thinking every day of responsibilities in the house and how to pay all the bills. We're not thinking about it. So it's like a giving. The fact that it's a giving, the man would take care. If the man was the one earning 6 times, the woman would not even smell what responsibility should be for our own money. So why are we? Because the script is suddenly flipped. I was advising someone. We were having a conversation and she has money and she's in a relationship with someone that she's financially better off. And she said, so if I want to travel now, I will not have to buy business class business class tickets for him. Would it now mean that every time I want to travel, I have to buy his tickets? I said, men do this effortlessly for generations. Men buy your tickets, buy your family tickets. So why are you making it look like you are unable to do it? You have the financial capacity for a time like this. Do it and don't complain.
Oh, I love it. Thank you.
It's important for that.
Because I was even remembering my mother-in-law, we recently were talking, and she was reminding me how my father-in-law did everything for her. Every single thing. Did shopping, her clothes, her shoes, she never used to do anything. She was just very pampered and kept. She was a kept woman. Now, as you said, men have been doing this. But have we ever asked them their own emotional well-being in doing those things? The strain on them. Yes, it's a God-given rule. I mean, the Bible says provide. But they also have those insecurities. They feel like their entire life
the only reason
has been taken from me. That I have my own dreams, but I have to suppress that because
no man suppresses their dream for a woman.
No.
Not one.
But the family.
Majority.
Exactly.
Majority of men follow their dreams. It's women that I know that suppress sacrifice their dreams to be able to take care of family. And when you're saying, hold on, and when you're saying he's paying and the woman is sitting there, so is the woman playing at home? If he had to pay, excuse me, if you had to pay the woman for nursing the children and giving him a home, don't you know how much you pay her? Listen now, everybody has their role. Everybody plays their role. So we should not applaud one more than the other for playing their role.
We're acknowledging.
So in this particular role now that we're talking about is providing. And we're saying if this man shows that you're going to be his priority, it's okay to open your books. If he shows that he's going to suffer you, carry your money and carry women, please do not open your books.
What I'm saying,
in that statement, they just agree that most men don't make sacrifices. Do you know how many men want to relax and be taken care of? If you ask the men out there right now, many of them, the career they are pursuing, and even the older ones,
do you know that?
50-something, they wish that they did not work as hard. Why did they work so hard? Because they had responsibilities.
No, they work for their ego.
That's what you think.
They work for their ego.
I'll come to you, Ramatu. Aki, thanks for calling. Your live. Aki, you're live. Go ahead, please.
Good morning. Good morning, ladies.
Good morning.
Go ahead, you're live.
See, I like this your topic this morning. Okay. The having joint accounts is not a problem. It's very good. When you got married, biblically, you are one. If a wife is earning 6 million and the husband is earning like 1 million or 1.5, there's nothing bad in her dropping 2 million in the joint account and having her own money as 4 million. And the husband can drop 1 million into the joint account. So there's nothing bad in that. That one that a woman is saying, my money is my money. My money is not that. You are building house together. You are building the house together. Building the future for the children. Joint account is very good. There's nothing bad. But even in the bank, they always set limits. Limits that fancy amount must be 2 of them or sign. But little amount, one maybe the wife can be able to go there and withdraw that little amount anytime.
You're about to let me let you.
Yeah, so the man will even want will not want the woman to take part in, running the home or all of this responsibility. A good man will not even allow that to happen. Because even when a woman decides to start doing all of these things, there's a way a woman carries herself. She'll become a bit disrespectful. We've seen a lot of women who
That's
they become, they become a little bit, not all though,
Yeah.
but most times they become disrespectful. And when they start taking care of bills in the home, there's a way a woman starts behaving. She starts to misbehave. And a man will definitely will not want to take that. And somehow his ego will be, his ego will be attacked somehow.
Well, the truth is that I think that's a narrative we've carried for many years. And I think one of the reasons we need to have remind ourselves that there are some women who do it honorably. They are humble. They are the ones driving the home, and nobody knows. They don't carry it on their head. They're not respectful. Lots of women are like that.
Yeah.
And you have no clue. But it's always very convenient for men to say, is it because you're any more than me? That's why you're talking back to me. Because maybe any conversation she has now is because she's rude.
Exactly.
But I want us to go back to what Tokwe said. And I want to take that to Obiachulu, because what she's saying, as we said, that a man's responsibility naturally has been to provide for his family.
Yeah.
Now, in this situation, we are flipped where the woman is the one. Now, we're saying that, why are we questioning this new system where the woman is the one that's earning 6 million and she can afford a business class, and the man, and she's saying, because I can afford a business class, let me be the one to run things. Why are we now making it look as if, but why are we not recognizing that the man too also could have been earning 6 million and he has been holding this responsibility for many years? That, I don't even care 6 million. Do your business class, I do my business class, and he's been doing it, and nobody has asked him why. That he's doing it without even questioning the fact that he's suppressing his own personal desires and personal ambition for the family. Men do it over and over again. Our fathers did it.
Many.
Which of the ambitions did they suppress?
That's because we don't have.
No. I like to know. Let's have.
Our men don't discuss.
Wait now. Let's
this
have this
often.
conversation. Which of
They
their
keep it to themselves.
Their desires did they suppress? Were they supposed to take up a job and they left it? Were they supposed to, buy fancy cars and they didn't buy? You will separate. Hold on.
Some actually don't buy the fancy car because they need to send their children to the university.
Yes, you cannot buy fancy car when your children are looking for food.
Exactly.
That one is a given. No
Yes.
mother will see the children hungry and go and buy hair.
So
That's a given.
I understand.
Let's break it down. That's a given. So let's not say men are able to, or some men provide for their homes when they should have been doing other things. No, that means that man is not a responsible man. A responsible man understands his role in the home, which is to provide to his best of the ability. I'm not saying women should not give their husbands. I'm not saying women who have more should not spend more. That's not what I'm saying. But you will not spend it under a level of you have to take permission for everything that you spend.
Oh, yes.
No, hold on. You will spend it because you understand, you are doing it in love. I understand that I have more. And it doesn't matter, we're playing for the same team. Nobody should remind you to spend it. But when the conversation is not coming that, auntie, because I'm your head, you have to bring everything to my approval table before you move. That's where the problem is.
Yes.
Because now you take away, no, that's the topic now. We started from the beginning. Because you're taking away that woman's autonomy to be able to do other things, to also take care of her family, which you will not do in your own case.
Come back to do you know in some areas, in some homes, you don't need to take a permission. The man says, auntie, you're still spending money. Yes, the joint account. All he needs is, I am aware that you're buying hair, you're buying this, you're buying that. And he's telling you that, okay, this you're spending, take it. Because remember, we're still going to buy that house. That house, you need to make a deposit to take it. So he's not asking for your permission. He's not asking you to come and take permission from him before you buy the hair. He's reminding you respectfully that, listen, we have a project that is coming. Be careful the way you're spending. So there are some homes. The reason why I'm trying to have this conversation is I don't want us to have one rule that fits everybody. There's some women who are actually comfortable and happy being cared for exclusively by their husband, who they have a joint account with. And they're okay, and it's a good system that works for them.
I like to be
Let us also honor and respect those who believe that I don't have to have a joint account. Yes,
I'm going to go back and read.
Let me take Elizabeth from Abuja. Good morning, Elizabeth.
Morayo, good morning, lady of you.
Good morning, ma'am.
I love Tokwe too. Tokwe is looking beautiful. Now, back to this topic that is being on ground. I want to agree with Uju. Uju is making a lot of sense. I would say that man is a greedy husband from the first place. He wants to reap where he did not sow. Did he know from from time that the woman was earning better than him? Why didn't he bring up the suggestion when they were about getting married to see her reaction? Number two, she is the breadwinner of her own family. I know by the time they choose to do that joint account, he will deprive her from so many things. Men are very trickish in nature. I want to talk to her if the woman is watching this program. She should not dare on her stand to say she wants to open a joint account. Men have defrauded their wives through this joint account, suffering that will leave them stranded and follow another woman. This is Nigeria. I will say it outrightly. I've been married for 28 years. I've never had a joint account with my husband, and he has never asked of my salary. I only support from my own if I want to support. It's the responsibility of the man. The Bible says the man shall leave his father and his mother and be cleaved to his wife. Every responsibility, if the woman chooses to support, let her support. She's a helpmate. She is not going to do that joint account. The man is having a third party from outside that is advising him. How can your wife be any more than you and you are agreeing? So for me, my suggestion is that she should not. She should not. Uju, thank you very much for standing on the ground.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, ma.
The same way we clamor, women clamor, that people should not take it for granted that she's nurturing the house. Don't take it for granted that I'm taking care of the children. It's my responsibility to nurture your children, to make your life comfortable. It's my responsibility to ensure there is food at home. Don't take it for granted. Acknowledge the fact that I'm responsible. That's the same way I'm saying acknowledge the responsible men. There are many of them.
Yeah,
acknowledge that they chose to be responsible because there are many that are not responsible.
Yeah.
But and let's not use that the stories of bitterness to color the entirety of what we call marriage, because the truth is many of us are enjoying inside our marriage and we know we are enjoying. And so we should give people the grace to enter the marriage without the baggage of what they've heard from different people on social media. Many young people enter marriages now and they are carrying baggages. They are drawn, they are ammunition ready to fire. You ask me for money, I will give you battle ready. You are entering marriage, oh. Man loves you, see you doing some things and feels like, okay, let me just advise you. Why don't we have a journal?
And they are ready for fire.
And you want to take my, I am independent. You are not going to enjoy that marriage because you are entering that marriage to fight and you fight your way out. But we can choose to enter that marriage with a bit of vulnerability. And openness to accept that, yes, this is what I expect from you. This is what I expect from you. This is what the responsibility should be. This is my deal breaker. I will not be happy if I am in this marriage and I'm feeling like I am working my life out and I cannot take care of my responsibilities. Let the conversations be hard, but do not go in gun blazing that this is a battle. Marriage is not a battleground. And for some, it is a battle, you leave the battle. If you feel like you are in a marriage and it has become like every day we are fighting war, it's World War III, leave that space because that's not what it's meant to be.
Let me go on a very short break. When we come back, we'll take on comments on social media and calls. Stay with us, we'll be right back. Thanks for staying with us. We're still discussing to have or not to have a joint account with your spouse. Let's take a few comments on social media. I have one from Otumba Karim. Says that, good morning, ladies. Joint accounts can simplify finances, but require communication, trust, and shared goals. For me, traditional roles work best, the husband leading financially.
Yeah, Hafsa says, but of course, greed and selfishness have taken over the world. That's the only reason a woman will marry a responsible man and not take care of him in return. Why? Just Reason says, especially after the man has used all his years duly committing his money to the family, but when the water runs dry, the woman may become selfish, while any reaction is seen as a damaged ego. Andrew says there are different kinds of woman dictator in marriage: Adolf Hitler, Abacha, Saddam Hussein, and many others. So let me just add something, right? What saves us from some of these things, because we really cannot tell how life would go. There are no absolutes. There are no... what's it called? There are no guarantees that you enter well and you will end well. We see life unveils and unravels as we move along it. Also, according to the plan or the destiny or the path that we are supposed to tow in this life. There are people that will definitely have some certain kinds of experiences. No matter how good they are, it will come. That's just the path they are taking here, right? But what solves most of these issues is making sure that you marry a good partner. A partner who thinks about you. A partner who's not selfish, who's not all about himself and any other thing can scatter, any other thing can die as long as I'm satisfied. A partner who considers you. When you have a partner who considers you, whether you open your account or you don't open your account, what needs to be done needs to be done. If two of you put your family first, okay, we need money for so, 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 and so. Don't worry, I've sorted it. We need this one, no, I've sorted it. Nobody will know, like you rightly said, whether it's the woman that is bringing more of the money or the man that is bringing more of the money. Now, we advise that, like Dr. rightly said, marriage is not a battlefield. Go in with all vulnerability, but please go in with a little bit of wisdom. We've seen people, open your eyes. We've seen people who went in with all,
people change.
I love him.
People change.
It's just everything. They sold everything. In fact, they bought their wedding gown. They married themselves, as far as I'm concerned, did everything. And at the end of the day, there's somebody outside who is waiting to take your person from you, and then they eat all the money that they're collecting from you. They're giving it to somebody else.
We've seen that.
In that case, this person went in with all vulnerability.
I like what
so
you
if you're
said.
raising children, you have some conversations with them. There are certain things you tell them, do this a bit, just to protect yourself in case. It doesn't mean you're hoping for the worst.
Yeah.
But it means that if anything happens, you're not so shocked to the marrow that you find it difficult to recover.
I always tell people that the woman that you married, that was married in the 20s, is different for the woman in her 30s.
Yeah.
It's different for the woman in her
40s.
40s.
We change.
So we change. Life change. So all that flowery, oh, sharing with 50-50.
Yeah.
When you get to a certain stage in your life, you're like, you know what? I'm not doing this anymore. Because you want to make new rules. Like, these are the factors affecting our marriage.
And it's valid.
But you see, it's both of you agreeing to this new change. Let me take this call from Yakub. I'll come to you, Ramatu. Yakub, thanks for calling. You have like 4 wives, huh? Something like
Good morning.
Yakub, how many wives do we have? Is it still 2?
You also put me on the outfit that.
Okay.
Anyway, I have one for now. You know, I always say that I have one for now.
Oh, I thought it was fun. Go ahead.
Yeah. For me, I totally agree with Obi. And then I have my reason for saying that. Doesn't mean it's because the woman is earning more. That's why the suggestion of having a joint account come into place. Because I believe the money that the woman is earning is her money. My money is my money. My money is also her money as well. Because my primary responsibility is that to provide for the family. But in case a situation whereby I cannot be able to do at some time, she will definitely do that. And then nobody will know who do what, who does this, who does that, because we don't expose our family to know, to some people that know that this woman is earning than me or I earn than her. So basically for me, I totally disagree with that. Don't have those accounts because you do so. If you want to cater for your mother or want to cater for your siblings, so you will not need to come and meet me that, sir, please, I needed money. Because, and then you earn this money, so I need to give you priority or give you go ahead before you can take care of your father or your mother. So our money is our money. My money is also her money. So because it's my primary responsibility to cater for home. But if maybe potential at a point, I'm unable to do that. And then she knows that she's earning more than me. So I don't even need to tell her to do it before she go ahead and do whatever I needed to do. So that is my own point. Thank you and God bless you guys.
Ramatu?
Okay, so they said, Corey Michael said, but why should a wife be the breadwinner for her family? A woman will leave their mother and father and become one. I think we are confused what marriage is. Then another person said...
He's not the breadwinner. He said what he's earning is good. It's just that she ranks higher
She
and
earns
she earns more.
And that's why there should be a joint account.
See, there's something that I wish my mom made me do. It's my money. My parents felt... I started working really early and I was earning very well, very early. So they did not control... They didn't put any control on what I could do with my money. And I was just spending as I felt like. I wished they gave me a bit of boundary. I wished my mom insisted I bought a plot of land in Ikorodu beside her own. When she bought that land, I had the exact money to buy the land that she bought. And I could have bought it, she advised me. I was a young 20-something-year-old. I could have bought it. She could have insisted. I would have felt that she's domineering. I would have looked at it that, why is she putting her eye into my money? You said I should go and hustle, and I've hustled and I'm making money. But I used my money anyhow. And I don't have that land that is appreciated now. There are some times that I wish someone would take, it might feel a bit uncomfortable when they tell you, stop the spending. Why don't we put this money into house. You say it's out of selfish interest, but the man could have seen something in how she's spending the money or how she's not planning for the future. Let's not make an assumption that
That's a
the
man that has
advice
sense.
came from a place of, I want to chop your money, I want to spend your money. It might be from a place of, I feel you can manage this money better. Give it a good perspective until you are proven wrong.
Yeah, stop taking care of your
We have to wrap up on this because we have to bring in our guests. I think really I'd like to end in the, I think I've already read this from from engineer Tijani PhD. He says, apart from the holy books, there is no other manual in marriage. One man's meat is another man's poison. If there is love, trust, and mutual understanding between a couple, there is no boundary if they both mutually agreed to operating such an account. It is fear of insecurity that brings issues like this to the fore. However, marriage is a contract, and as long as both parties agree on having equal access to the account, I don't think there's any harm in it. So there are some people that don't think there's any harm in joint account. I don't think there's any harm in it. It is the kind of society that we've built around ourselves that made suspicion a part of this whole thing. However, if we return to our fundamentals of marriage, this may not be an issue. Love, trust, mutual understanding is key. So there are some people that agree in that joint account, and there are others. I know my mother didn't have a joint account with anybody. She had her own money, and the time she was having, her marriage was like a battleground for her. And I think it was her father that said, Auntie, you better go and be independent, find yourself. And he was able to help her build her business through connections and everything. And she was able to get and have a business on her own to the point where she built her own house. Yeah. And my father, who was not, he came to live in the house that he
So what if your mother did not have a father who would help her like that?
Exactly.
And when what happened, she would have been on the street, probably begging one family member or the other, and then ridiculing. I'm just a good God, but there are people experiencing it today.
Yes, it's not still
a good God. Yes, and talk about, it was your mother that advised you. But you can't do joint account with somebody that everybody can go their separate ways at any point.
I have to bring in our guests, but let's go on a short. But I think in a nutshell, really, do what suits you.
Yeah. What works for you.
And also, but as you're doing what suits you and what works for you, know that seasons change. As it's working for you, start doing small tests to know. Because when you're getting to your 30s, you're getting to your 40s, you're getting to your 50s, things are different. So you adjust per time. That's all we can take on this segment. We'll come back, bring in our guests who will be sharing her story with us. Stay with us, we'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.